Hello, everybody, and welcome to Intercontinental Group of Awesome, where we play tabletop role-playing games with people across the globe, something like that, across the globe. I'm excited because we have return of Jules and Jan, our friends across the pond, and this will be the first time they get to play with Jen, who played in some of our Apocalypse World games recently, which is super awesome. We are going to do a one-shot of Dungeon World, which Jules has never played. I'm surprised to hear this, and I'm so excited. And I think Jan's only played once. Jen, have you played Dungeon World?
Yeah.
Yeah. Played a few times? Good. Awesome. Okay. We are going to be kicking off with a dungeon starter from the Plungergrounds zine, which is written, and most of the art, or a lot of the art for this particular issue, the second issue of Plungergrounds, all by Ray Otus. And so we're doing Kazarak, which is pretty awesome. I think it's interesting. And as a dungeon starter, it has like a kicker with a few questions and then a few different ways the story could go. I've chosen one of them because we're at a one shot. I didn't want to go through all the craziness that's in this thing, which, by the way, it can get pretty crazy. I also cheated because there's no map, and so I have to have a map. Like, my brain has to orient around some kind of shapes, or it all floats in like staircases and clouds, and that is not at all sensical. So I may not have to share the map, but at least I'll have one so my brain can orient things to a degree. I'm going to kick off with the Kazarak starter blurb, and then everybody will introduce their characters, and then I'll ask a question or two. And we also need to figure out how these guys know each other. They're all humans. Just like super exciting. Okay, Kazarak. Covered in centuries-old ice, the Greater Talons hide a dark secret. Deep beneath their towering blue peaks lies the fallen citadel of Kazarak, last and greatest of the ancient subterranean city fortresses of the dwarves. Kazarak was not conquered by rampaging hordes like so many dwarven cities. It fell from within, victim to an evil no dwarf will name. What malevolent force caused a once proud race to abandon the preeminent seat of their ancient culture? Why won't they speak its name? What treasures still lie forgotten in the ancient vaults? Will it ever be safe to return? Scattered throughout the land, the dwarves endure, forging soulless utilitarian objects for coin while they dream of a time when they might regain their former homes and reclaim the glory of their race. Most have given up hope. Unknown to any dwarf outside your inner circle, you have uncovered a way into Kazarak. As you stand before its massive gates carved from living stone, you know that the days upon days you spent searching and the countless hardships you have suffered are about to pay off. Jules, tell us about your character.
I was not prepared for that. Okay.
I even said at the top, like, this is how it's going to go, and then you talk about your character.
Well, I was like so entranced in the story. It was like watching a movie. I played Bailey the Bard. Alliteration for the win. That was not intentional, actually. I am a happy-go-lucky, very kind of punkish kind of bard, who likes to get drunk and rowdy and likes to lead people down a slightly more pious path. And that's about it. I can't show my picture here.
Oh,
I don't know how that works. I don't have the technology.
I can show the picture because it's worthwhile. This picture's fab because it's very Rat Queens and we like it. So I will quickly show DOS picture. Here we go. This is Bailey the Bard.
Yay, great hair.
I know, and look at that little tat. That's so cute.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. So I have a question for you, Bailey.
Yes.
Survivors do not speak of Kazarak's fall.
Mm-hmm.
What is the story that you have told or heard about what happened to the last dwarf who broke the silence about Kazarak's fall?
Ooh.
Let me give you a moment and we'll jump to somebody else and circle back.
Okay, sure.
All right. Jen, who are you playing?
I'm playing Tasha, the fighter.
We have to show Tasha's picture.
You should, because really.
She is very picture worthy. Here we go.
Okay.
Hot.
There is Tasha, the fighter. Wow. Goodness gracious. Look at those abs.
I know.
Okay, so tell us about
Tasha.
Tasha.
Fingers for those abs. Tasha is this quiet, plain-spoken person. I assume that she's, just had a natural affinity for strength and toughness and has decided to lean into being a fighter as a profession because it makes pretty good money. So probably she's got a little plan in her head to go on a few adventures, make some big scores, and then retire.
Nice. What is your signature weapon?
Her signature weapon is her fists, because fists are cheap. Swords are expensive. You come with 2 fists.
That's true. That's true. Most do. That's pretty much an assumed default. So we zoom in as we're kind of introducing your character a little bit, and you guys look upon like huge pair of doors that are snow and ice covered, looking into Kazarak, and one of the doors is just slightly askew, slightly off of its gargantuan hinges, and that's where you guys step, kind of in the little gap from where that door has started to fall. Perhaps a century from now it will fall and clatter onto the ground. When you cross the threshold, Tasha, what changed? What awakened within the citadel? You can think about that, and we'll go to Jan. Jan, who are you playing?
Hi, I am playing Zymos, the cleric of. I've written down Egeria. He's a cleric of Egeria, who is a goddess of knowledge and hidden things. He is a somewhat grumpy, bald, because that's the cleric order. They all shave their heads. Man, and he he tends to be a bit grumpy. He's fairly strict, and very tenacious, and he's basically like the polar opposite almost of Bailey.
So tell me about Zymos. How did he come to the order of Egeria? Was this a thing that it was chosen for him, or did he have a vision? How did he come to the cleric order?
It's a in the city where he grew up, a child from every family is chosen into clerichood, and yep, he was picked.
He was picked. How does he feel about it?
Well, he's very dedicated. So yeah, he doesn't even think about the idea of like that he could have been doing something else. It's sort of no, this is my fate in life.
What is the most notable tenet of clerics of Egeria? What is the thing that they try to embody, or at least what do other people know them for?
So they hoard and gather knowledge, and that's also, of course, one of the big reasons why he's why he has to go to Kazarak, because like there's so much unknown about that. But yeah, they are like almost jealously hoarding knowledge and secrets.
Now, this is just between me and you, Zymos, but are they hoarding that knowledge for some kind of power, or are they hoarding it because of some doom that they expect is coming to the world?
Yes, they think that's they've had a premonition. Well, what do you call that? Yes, prophecy. Yes, thank you, Jules. A prophecy that there will be that there's a great doom coming, and
Cool.
the shape and size of that doom is unknown, but the prophecy is still was one that they took to heart. And
A doom prophecy. Well, so you are here, Zymos, in this God's forsaken, frozen tundra, forgotten part of the world, and you have made a vow to bring back from Kazarak something for your order. What is this thing that you vowed to bring back? And to whom among your order did you make that promise?
I made a promise to the high priest. Name. I made a promise to the high priest to find the bookkeeping of the like the king, so the official records of the Dwarven king.
Okay, the official records of the king. All right. I like it. So we'll circle back to our lovely Bailey the Bard. And so what was this, the last dwarf who broke the silence, what did they tell you?
What did they? That was not the question.
What happened to the last dwarf who broke the silence?
Oh, but now I'm interested to know what they told me.
You can answer both.
Yeah,
That's
you
true.
should. You should answer both. What did they tell you? It could be a lie.
That's true. As soon as they started telling me about the lost citadel of Kazarak, they started bleeding from their eyes.
Oh shit. That is hella cursed.
Yeah. Wow.
And they told me not to believe anything anyone in there tells you.
Ooh. Don't write that. All right. That is lovely. Now, I, in the chat, noticed that there could possibly be a connection between Tasha and Bailey. What is that?
Can I be your baby sister, Tasha?
Sure, what else?
Super cute.
All right.
Work experience. I'm so happy I finally get to go along.
Also, Rich, I feel like Tasha probably picked up her skills in like a local militia.
That sounds like it.
You know, wherever we're from, like village, kingdom, etc. wise, there's a volunteer militia available because the local lord or baron is like, maybe it's good if my population can fight just in case. Raids and shit. Monsters.
How much did this local militia actually deal with these kind of things? Was it a whole lot of training and nothing, or did you earn your stuff through battle?
I think that the militia does do an assortment of stuff, but it's kind of, there are unofficial, unvetted people and it's sort of expected that they flake.
Hmm.
And sometimes they don't flake, and they move forward and they get vetted, and they become part of like the official militia
I
for the
see.
area.
So you have like a militia, and then you kind of have a volunteer ring of people that try to work their way in effectively.
Right. Or people who got a letter that said, no, you've really got to come in and practice archery for like 20 hours over the next couple of weeks. Period. Or we take your hands.
And did Taja work her way up to like a position of note, or was she just really great as a soldier / fighter?
She's just really great as a soldier / fighter. Like, she's not ranked or anything, but if somebody's putting together a party, they'll be like, well, where's Taja?
That sounds great. I think maybe perhaps this high priest that you made a vow to, perhaps he hired Taja Zymos. Does that seem right? Or did he encourage you to hire Taja?
I think it was that he encouraged me to go and hire.
I like
And
it.
of course, Bailey has information about what was it called?
About the
Kazarak.
fallen citadel of Kazarak. I haven't told you exactly what it is yet. I'm being very mysterious about it.
That's because she doesn't really have info. She lied to you.
Well, that's why it's gonna be hilarious when he finds out what I know about the city of Kazarak.
So as we squeak through the doors and we pull up our furs, because nobody's seeing my abs today.
No, that would be
Yet.
the worst. And when you cross that threshold, Taja, what is awakened or changed when you step inside?
It's like in fucking Castlevania, where like, even though there is nobody in the castle but monsters and vampires sleeping in coffins, there are still like torches on all of the walls, like the sconces come to life. There's the soft sound of mechanisms on the other side of stone walls.
Nice. I like it. I like it a lot. So we, of course, even though these dwarves, right, which are your typical 5-foot, really stocky stonemasons, everything that they do is grandiose, right? So we have the three of you crossing the threshold as torches come alight, and then there's a kind of a view of the three of you walking, and there is block upon block of multi-story, empty windowed houses arranged with geometric precision, and the sky above you is stone, right? It is this huge, rounded peak. You see that there's a pentagonal tower that looms over everything with battlements that reach into the cavern ceiling. And as you are moving through the city streets, trying to find your way towards that central tower, which would assumedly be where the king would keep records, your footfalls echo heavily, and there's a kind of feeling that you may be watched here. So how is it that the three of you, how is Taja dressed? Is she wearing layers of furs, or does she have some fine coat? How does she appear right now? Since we don't get to see her abs, we should at least have some fashion.
Well, Taja's wearing her scale armor, so she's got that over what I assume is typical padding and clothing, and then a really heavy cloak and a nice heavy hat.
Nice. Is the hat like a felt hat, or is this like one of those like fuzzy cap type deals?
It's like a fuzzy cap type deal.
Killer.
There's fur.
Bailey, did you dress for the weather?
I like Tasha told me to wear armor, so I'm wearing some leather armor and not much else. But my makeup is really good. And I brought a lot of bags because we're obviously get lots of like shit and treasure out of here, so I'm carrying like lots of backpacks.
I pop off my cap and I put it on Bailey.
What? No, don't ruin the hair!
and then, of course, speaking of hair, right? It's perfect to learn about how Zymos is dressed in this frigid environment.
Zymos is wearing the blue coat of his order over a like a long vest of chainmail. Like it's one of those chainmails that goes all the way down to the knees or past the knees even. Yeah, he's got the writs and seals of the order strewn about his clothing.
Nice. Because there are some torchlights here, the light sources that you had cleverly thought ahead to bring, you don't have to put fire to them yet. Ahead, the kind of corridors, you're passing by all of these houses, looking up at the tower. It breaks left and right and starts to curve, and the architecture, like top down, if one could fly, the general layout of Kazarak is almost like one huge gear. There are quarters of the city as it was planned out meticulously over the course of years back when this citadel was first built. And as you look at the point where you split off to the left or the right, Taja, you see the glint of gold down an alleyway to the right-hand side. It's that firelight dancing off of gold, so there's that yellow hue that's glowing. What do you do?
I stop and I wave my fellow party members towards me and I go, look down there.
Is there somebody there?
No.
Hello?
Hello, and Bailey's voice echoes, hello, hello, hello.
Please do be a bit more quiet. We do have to be a little bit careful. We don't know who or what might be lurking in these corridors.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's an abandoned citadel, though. Abandoned. We're the only ones here!
Only one's here. Only one's here. Only one's here.
There's a nervous look around from Silence.
Well, let's remember it and come back. It's not like anyone's going to pick it up and take it while we're gone.
Take what? You mean there was treasure down there?
I mean, I thought I saw the glint of gold, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, perhaps we should investigate it. It is known that the dwarves used gold in a lot of their statues and other things. Perhaps we can learn something from this.
Yes, we could get mystical clues and monetary value.
Well, it seems like the three of you have decided to head towards that small alley, and as you do, of course, you see that it's perfectly straight, right? It's everything is right on the edge, and there's a little bit of dents and dings in the corners, but when it was originally forged, each building was perfectly square, and you see there is kind of seated up against the left-hand side as you look into the alley, there is a golden-hued plate armor with a skeleton inside. There's this humanoid skeleton that is inside this plate armor, and the armor itself is fine and very ornate and is covered with bas-relief images of dwarves at work in a forge.
Is it dwarf armor?
It is dwarf armor, yes. It appears to be a dwarf was inside it.
That looks mighty shiny.
It's also 3 weight, very heavy.
What concerns me more is this is obviously this dwarf was heavily armored. How did he come to his end? Perhaps. It
Would
might
you
be
like
interesting.
to discern realities?
No, I would like to walk up to him. I
Okay.
would like to cast a spell.
Ooh. All right. Why don't you cast a spell? So when you cast a spell, you make a roll. You roll plus wisdom.
Wait, is there? Oh wait, no, we have to do the dice rolling thing on the others. Yeah. That's. Yeah, thank you.
That is a 10. Excellent. On a 10, the spell is successfully cast, and your deity, the lovely Egeria, does not revoke the spell, so you may cast it again. What is the spell that you have cast?
The cast that I have spelled is Speak with Dead.
Speak with dead. Yes. Oh my. Oh my. Good thing that you in a lost citadel.
Yes.
Smart spell. Well chosen, sir. All right. In Speak with the Dead, let's take a look at that spell here. What? Speak with. All right, a corpse converses with you briefly, will answer 3 questions you pose to it to the best of the knowledge it had in life and the knowledge it gained in death. Now, is this, when you speak with the dead, are you speaking in some ancient tongue of the dead and is a conversation between you and the skeleton alone? Or is this a thing where those within earshot can hear you speak and converse?
Can hear it, and like when I speak, like after, like I first say the words to cast spell, and then after that my voice takes on a very strange echoey tone. Echo. Like it's also like the other sounds around. Well, there wasn't a lot, but like everything sort of sounds a bit more muted around us.
Cool. I like it. So you cast the spell, and the skeleton was like slumped up against the alleyway, the head here, hands near the side, and you see this apparition is the hair grows back and it takes this off white, like a bluish white pallid. You see skin just appear on it, just hovering slightly above the skeleton itself, and it raises up and the hands move. Moradin. Still. Looks around. And he fixes his eyes on you, Zymos.
Spirits, hear my words. We come to this place seeking the Tower of your King. Where do we find it?
The king. The tower is above you, perched like one of the many titans we created before the fall.
Are there security measures in place other than perhaps any soldiers that would have been posted?
Of course. Human. Only those stonemasons and denizens of the underground can step foot into the tower without great spells activating.
Is the armor you are wearing what wards off these spells?
Da da da! Bailey plays on her ukulele.
He chuckles. Arcus' auto armor would grant you the appearance of being a dwarf. And he smiles. You should take it off of me. Yes?
I look a bit worriedly towards my companions.
Bailey's go like wee 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 on the ukulele.
By his leave, I suppose, if he's...
I think you shouldn't believe anything anyone... Well, I mean, that guy tells you. In here. Yes.
Cool. So let me remind all of you that there are flags. And these are ways you can get XP.
Oh, right. Yeah. How does that work?
So the flags, the way the flag works is Zymos has 3 flags. Anytime that the other 2 of you can hit that flag, give him an opportunity to react towards that flag, you can mark that as an opportunity for flag for XP at the end of the session.
Okay.
Now, you don't have to constantly hit it. It's pretty much just a thing of yes, no. Did you hit someone's flag during the session? If yes, then get an XP. But it's a super fun way to engage aspects of Zymos. And
I clamp a hand on Zymos' shoulder and I say, "You're wearing this, not me."
Why? Would the armor hinder you?
I already have my own. It's magic. Your magic.
Well,
and you're kind of shiny already anyway.
I am merely blessed with the aid of my goddess. It's not inherently nothing inherently magic about me. And I have to say that it does look rather heavy.
That it does, my friend.
You seem quite strong.
That I do.
So perhaps you could aid me in
I could carry it until we get to the tower.
Is your problem Is your only problem that you do not wish to appear as a dwarf?
I have nothing wrong with dwarves. Some dwarves are some of my best friends.
But you would rather not appear as one.
I just think that you would be more convincing. With the magic and the culture.
Can you guys just like flip a coin or something?
Yes, yes.
Bailey, perhaps would you want to appear as a dwarf to safeguard the way?
I thought
Oh, she calls heads. That seems like a good idea, but I think that dwarf is lying, so I think it's a bad idea to take it off of him.
As you are talking about what to do with the auto armor, as it is called, out of the dark shuffles a trio of bears.
Oh.
Like on all fours bears, except that there are white stars of fur on their foreheads. Otherwise, they are dark brown bears. And they start walking along. They came from like across the way, right? Remember, this is kind of a big way or street, this cobblestone. And they start shuffling along on all fours, coming towards you.
See, we made too much noise.
Bears! Bears! Are we supposed to appear big or small? Was it run away or stay here?
Don't run.
No run?
No.
Don't run.
Okay.
Stand up straight.
Okay. What else? Should we give them food? Should we not give them food?
We don't give them food.
Are we pretending to be statues so they won't notice us?
So they're coming closer. They are about 8 meters away. And then all 3 of them stand up on their hind legs.
Shit, they're taller.
Yeah, they stand. Hold on, let me Google what 12 feet is in meters.
Wait, that's about 4 meters.
That's a lot taller than Jan.
Yep. 2 yawns. They stand 2 yawns tall. Or so. And so they start. Here, let me make sure that I'm in the shot. They start moving their paws like this, and then leaving this like weird. You know, the lips do the thing when they growl, but they're not growling. They're
These are not normal bears.
What do you do?
What are they doing with their paws? Are they just sort of going, "Rawr," or are they trying to
They were waving them. It was almost Zymos, the way that you have seen somatic components as part of casting a spell.
Ah!
That's true, Bailey. You've heard of that too. You're a bard. You know this stuff.
Yes.
What do you do?
They're not doing a little dance.
Bears?
This makes no sense.
And they start walking towards you.
I will play a song.
Ooh, okay. You said you had a ukulele, is that right?
Yes, that's my weapon. My weapon of choice, the ukulele. Like Tasha spent a lot of time training in militia. I smoked weed with my friends and taught myself how to play the ukulele.
You are so great to be here.
I am the perfect person to be here. I will play a song.
Awesome.
It sounds a bit like.
Well, there's not even any of the starts and stops of, oh, shit, no, wait, Bears, I got it.
You're like, for a minute, you thought I was serious.
Okay. The bears are coming closer. They are perhaps 2 meters away.
Do they like my song?
I don't know. Do they like your song? They don't seem to really recognize a whole lot about your song. Now, are you perhaps weaving a performance into a basic spell here?
I am.
Ah, I see. That may change things.
Fortunately,
So-
none of the things I can do with my spell is very useful.
I know.
I can boost someone's aid though, so that's cool. I'll do that.
Okay, awesome. So you can boost someone's heal damage, give someone the ability to do more damage. Is that what you're looking for there?
I guess that's also good. Maybe I will boost Tasha to do more damage.
Oh yeah, and you can assist somebody with a target with 8. Yeah, which one do you want? Whichever, it's perfectly fine. You can roll plus charisma.
Uh-huh.
Your charisma bonafide
My
is
charisma bonus
2.
is 2. Totally min-maxed. So that's a 7.
Wow,
So
good
the
thing
cost.
you min-maxed.
Yeah. Oh, and my spell still works, but I draw unwanted attention, or my magic reverberates to other targets, affecting them as well.
Yeah, and what was the effect that you chose?
I'm boosting Tasha's efficiency in combat, probably by just pissing her off by playing my ukulele.
Awesome. What is it about your song that makes Taja angry? Are you talking about her in the song? Did you write lyrics about your big sister?
I think there was a few times when she tried to sneak back into the house, like late at night, because she'd been off like doing serious militia business, or maybe like this one time that wasn't serious, and then like she would like sneak in super quiet, and then I would always like beat her, be right behind her, and I would start playing the song and wake up my parents, and then she'd get like in super trouble.
I hate that song.
This is amazing. Yes, it makes Taja either angry or better at fighting because of the time she's probably envisioned throttling you.
Yeah.
And
Helping.
then a star bear walks up and backhands you.
What?
You drew unwanted attention. So please roll 1d8.
Oh, what does that do? I got 4.
Nice. Okay, so you have leather armor. That gives you 1 armor, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. You take 3 points of damage as this bear backhands you and sends you several, like a meter flying back, and you skid along the dusty cobblestone.
Wow.
The citadel.
Or
And
throw
then
myself
it
at the
rolled.
bear. That was mine.
No one beats my little sister except for me.
Okay, so what do you do, Zymos and Taja?
I seriously go and roll up on the bear.
All right, the one that hit your little sister.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. You are fists blazing, so we'll call that hack and slash, although it's more like beat and mash, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm stepping on bare feet and I'm swiping up at bare noses.
That's amazing. Sounds very fun to watch. Please roll plus strength. After seeing those abs, this better be at least a 16 strength that you have. Oh, yes, I've seen the character sheet. You are. Good.
Mm-hmm. Hey, nice.
You've gotten a 9. But this is an aid. That's right. So if someone should make sure I'm using the spell right. So the next time someone successfully assists the target with aid, they get +2/+1. So if someone were to help you to make an attack, then you would have gotten +2 instead of +1. But it doesn't appear anybody's helping you make your attack. Therefore, it's still a 9. On a 7 to 9, you deal your damage to the enemy, and the enemy makes an attack against you. Your damage is a D10, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have any tags to that signature weapon of your feasts? Oh, sharp. +2 piercing.
No.
All right.
No. My signature weapon is actually on like row 43
Oh, okay. Let me look at that.
with my actual choices.
Oh, I see. Hand precise, weight 1. Your hands have a weight of 1? That's crazy.
You can't make them weight 0.
Okay, that's true. You actually have fists, so I guess they have to be weight. Anyway, all right, hand precise. Cool. So
Which means I can probably bop it right on the nose.
yes, if that's what you wish to do, you bop it directly on the nose. That is amazing, and I think it happens.
Okay.
Yeah. Sweet. Go ahead and roll your d10 and then roll a d8 for the damage it does to you as it pulls you into a hug.
Oh, shit.
Hug.
So
Wow, you did 8 points of damage? Holy crap. Okay, yeah, so I know how this goes. Okay, so it backhands your sister, you step in, punch it in the nose, and it wraps its arms around you, picks you up, and it squeezes, but you can tell just, I don't know if you've been in bear hug wrestling fights before, but it's a little unsteady on its feet because the punch you did to it, like its head snapped back and it was still committed to the action of grabbing you up and hence still holding you. So your legs are kind of kicking a little bit, but it is a little unsteady on its feet. The other two are closing. One has dropped to all fours and is roaring at you, Bailey, and the other one has closed to you, Zymos. What are you doing, Zymos?
I want to try to sidestep the one that's in front of me and go and I want to try and make my way towards the one that's holding Tasha in a bear hug, and I want to hit that one over the head with my warhammer, shouting, "Unhander, you beast!"
Nice. I love that. So let's take a look here. It sounds like you might be hacking and slashing, but you're also kind of defending her. So I think I'm going to go with defend. You're standing in defense of your compatriot, the fighter who was hired to guard you, interestingly enough. So go ahead and roll plus con.
All right. My con is
pretty good, all things considered.
Nine.
Nice. On a 9. On a 7 to 9, you get to hold 1, and there are several things you can do there. You can deal damage to the attacker equal to your level. You can open the attacker to your ally, giving her a +1 forward against the attacker. You could have the attack's effect or damage to her, to Tasha. So the 3 there, we can have it rounds up, so it would go to a 2. Or you can take those 3 points of damage from the hug to you. I'm not sure how we would do that, but
that one doesn't make a lot of sense.
No.
yeah. Sorry, I'm just really into the bear hug. It's a bear. It needs to hug. I'm sorry.
I have to choose one, right? Yes. Well, she already damaged it, so I think it makes sense to deal damage to the attacker. Oh wait, but it's only 1 damage, of course. Then no, I will give a +1 forward to Tasha.
Okay, cool. So it is holding you, Tasha, and then you tried to sidestep one. So I'm going to say that one of these star bears, as I'm calling them, because that's what it says in the module, is going to, like, you've weakened the hold from the one that is holding Tasha, but then there was the other one that you kind of ignored. So it is going to, it's just going to try to claw you as well, right?
That was to be expected.
Yeah. So you got some armor, but go ahead and roll a d8.
Right. Corbin, no. Stop it.
You know what? No. Hold on. Let me take a look here. There might be something it does that's smarter. Yeah. I think. Oh, you don't have a shield. I thought you would have. Okay. Cool.
Our
It bites at
shield
your
change.
belt. It bites at your belt and rips your belt. And those precious healing potions that you have are currently in its maw. It's just holding the belt in its mouth.
No.
Yeah, that's what it does. So, Bailey, you've been backhanded and thrown to the floor very roughly. There's a star bear that is roaring at you in full Kodiak fury. What do you wish to do? Play another song?
No. Have the bears come into the room by now?
Oh, I'm sorry, this wasn't clear. So you guys were out like in the middle of a kind of a large road, and then you walked into an alley and saw the armor. And as you guys were arguing about the armor, they came from an opposite part of the street, just kind of walked across the street and then attacked you guys. So you're near a building, and you could, you maybe try to climb up out of the way or just beat feet and run. Who knows how fast these things can run, and just abandon your friends and run off into the citadel all by yourself. You could do that. That's an option. Or you could hit it in the face with your ukulele. I'm sure the ukulele would be fine, and I know Taja would enjoy that.
That's probably what I would do, because that's the only thing I have on me, because I just checked I have no weapons. I have a ukulele, a half pint of really strong mead, and some weed.
You are so prepared for this adventure.
I have like 5 rations, so I could also feed it a ration, but I will hit it with my ukulele because I'm slightly.
That would be so rationable. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, wait, yes. Well, I'll leave for you to figure out what the damage is on the ukulele.
It's going to be, I'll give you a D4.
What stat do I use? Is this dex?
It's well, you're hacking and slashing, so you get to roll with strength.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's strength. That's the thing that you can have. 11! Oh,
wow, that's amazing. You do not break your ukulele.
Yay!
It is spectacular. So yeah, please roll 1d4 as you pull a kabong on.
Oh, this one damage.
That sucked.
This brings me right back to my D&D phase.
The bear
That's the thing about you roll really.
Be like, really?
You thwack it in the nose, like right on the nose, and it.
Yeah, it makes a great sound. Great sound.
No,
the ukulele.
Sorry. Well, it just.
Yeah.
The thing actually, it barks out several sharp syllables that sound like some kind of language rather than just straight up roaring. What do you do?
I bark back at it. Does it sound slightly like barking?
Slightly, but it also sounds a little dwarvish.
Oh, we don't speak Dwarvish, do we? Do we? No, I don't think we do. I probably know like a few lines of Dwarvish. Like I probably know a beer, please.
Do you ask the bear for a beer or where the bathroom is?
That is not my underwear, and something else. So yes, I will. Wait, what is? No, there would no beer. That makes sense. Yes, I will. I will tell the bear. I would like 1 beer, just to see if he understands me.
Nice. So please make a roll to parlay. Roll plus charisma.
Okay. Oh, haha. That's in the pocket. Oh yeah.
We'll see. Rolls a 1 for damage.
9.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Okay, on a parlay, on a 7 to 9, it needs some concrete assurance of your promise right now. So you've demanded a beer from the Star Bear. What it does is it reaches with its paw. It still has claws. It doesn't have retractable claws.
Yeah, okay.
But it does it with the meaty pad part of his paw as it reaches and grabs and picks you up and throws you onto its back. So we'll cut back to Taja because it's turning and now about to kind of do that weird bear gallop away with you on it. Taja, you're being hugged still. It
Kind of a
appears.
soft sell.
Yeah, yeah. So what do you want to do about this hug? This is a bad touch.
I mean, if it's holding me against its chest, clearly the thing for me to do is to rear up and headbutt it.
Oh, I love this. You should do that thing.
I'm doing it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You get +1 forward.
Well, I got a lot.
You did. You got a 13. That's insane. Okay.
I roll them good.
On a 10 plus, you deal your damage to the enemy and avoid their attack. Or you can choose to a d6 damage extra. Let me just tell you, you don't need to do that here. It's not doing so hot.
Not necessary. Cool.
Do your damage of a d10, please.
Okay, 3.
3. Oh, and wait, you have strength adjustment to that damage.
Oh.
No. You do your damage, right? Sorry. Rich is mixing D&D and Dungeon World.
It makes me feel weird that I'm rolling straight dice for my damage.
I know. It's. I keep wanting to put your strength adjustment in. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So what does it look like when you headbutt this thing and knock it out?
Well, I rear up because I'm not kicking my legs. That seems like a really good way to fuck with my leverage. Actually brace against its arms a bit and bam. Right in the star.
Awesome.
It starts to sort of slouch and I straighten my body up and drop out of its arms and boxer bounce out of the way.
Yeah. It falls back and it kind of lands on its haunches and then rolls over and a little bit of dust kicks up from the old cobblestone as it lands on the ground. Zymos, there is a third. Oh, by the way, and you, Taja, you see other star bear with I don't know, is she screaming or is she surprised? What is the reaction from Bailey being carried off by a bear?
Tashi, it's okay. We're friends now. Just speak Dwarven to them.
That makes me so much more likely to chase after her. We're friends. It's cool. Oh my god.
Sweet. So Zymos, you are facing a star bear that just has your belt in its mouth.
Yes, I have to try and get that back because that healing potion is not cheap.
You could hire another Tasha for that. No.
Yeah.
Sweet. What do you want to do?
Let's see. There we go. Yeah. I'm looking at if there's like a move that's like
Well, what do you want to do?
It's like to get the belt out of its mouth and just like, give that back.
That sounds awesome. It sounds like you're trying to defy danger, and you're trying to muscle it out of his mouth, right? So we'll say you're doing it with strength.
Okay. With strength.
Sorry, that's what you're doing.
-1. An 8 still. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's nice. Okay, so on a 7 to 9, you stumble, hesitate, or flinch. So I offer you a worse outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. If you wish to take some damage from its mouth, I'll let you pull that belt out, but you basically get kind of tooth cut, gnawed on a little bit there, but you can get your belt.
I fully expect that my hands get chewed on while I try to get this thing out of his mouth.
Awesome. Roll a d4, and you do get to apply your armor.
Let's see. Oh, wait, you can't do it in shorthand, huh?
Nope. Nothing's easy. Nothing's easy.
2.
2, and then you have armor, right? So
Yes.
what, it's just 1 damage gets through?
So my chainmail gauntlets get chewed up a bit, and I only get 1 damage.
Yep.
And let's see, how do we track that?
You have the belt! And it roars at you, and looks to see its compatriot running away, and turns to start loping after it.
Okay. I think I'll also chase after.
Sweet. So we'll follow Zymos running after with Taj. I imagine Taj is way faster than you, even in scale mail. Like,
Actually,
yeah, no.
Yeah, no, I will chase after. He starts chasing after him. Then he looks around at the golden armor and like, damn it, and then still keeps running.
Oh, gotta leave it behind, huh? So Taja, to catch you up, the third star bear that is not knocked out and is not carrying away your little sister had a bit of a wrestling match with Zymos. Zymos yanked his belt out of its mouth and took a little bit of damage in the doing. And then that star bear noticed that one of his compatriots was running away and chases after it. So Zymos almost wants to go back for the armor, but decides to chase after Bailey. What do you do?
I chase after Bailey.
Sweet. So this bear, we'll say that the third bear, the other bear, the non-knocked out bear, is slower than the two of you. So we have a bear sandwich, effectively, with you guys as
Bear sandwich.
Exactly. Say that 5 times really quick. This thing lopes along, and it for a moment you think maybe it's headed towards an alleyway, some hidden alcove or something, but no, it like barrels its head and busts open a pair of doors in a commons area of the outer ring of the city, the Citadel. Mm-hmm. And when it comes in, even though the tables are shorter and the stools and the chairs are all shorter, this is totally a tavern. This is absolutely a bar. It's even a bar. It's got a stage. There's no one on it. There's no one in here, right? And it bounds through, shoves a couple tables aside just with its bulk, and heads back towards the bar.
Is there any beer here?
There's like the kind of that old smell of rotten wood, but the floors are stone, and it heads back to past the bar to where there are there's a set of stairs leading down, and there's the huge kegs that are like meters across with taps the size of your head, and it stops.
This is great. Thanks, Carl. I named him Carl.
Okay.
Carl the bear.
Carl the star bear.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And then I open a tab and see if beer still comes out or if it's something really gross now.
I see. After hundreds of years, I don't think beer's still good, right?
No.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. So we skim back to the pear, the meat of the bear sandwich, as you come into the tavern, and it's a tavern. It looks like it's been undisturbed for centuries, and then you hear, "Thanks, Carl." Echoing.
What?
You come down a set of stairs after a moment or two of searching around. You see a bear sitting on his haunches. The other bear did not enter the tavern. It's standing right outside, and it's sitting on its haunches and watching Bailey, who is
doing a spit take.
Yeah, spit take. Yeah, spitting out some bad beer.
Disgusting.
I mean, beer doesn't last longer than a month.
Apparently.
That's if you hand it to a wizard and they make it cold for a long time.
But Carl showed me where the beer was because he understands I was going to say German. Dwarvish.
Better say it's Dwarvish, it's Scottish. No, anyway.
Carl is the bear. Hey, Carl. So this is my sister Tashi, and this is Simos. He's a cleric.
And you're speaking all of this in common, and
Yes,
the bear
that's
gives
a
no real
Yeah,
reaction
I'll
whatsoever.
try to say it, make it sound like Dwarvish, like insulting Dwarvish.
Cleric.
Do you guys speak Dwarvish? Because that would be kind of useful, actually.
No.
Oh.
What? Mr. Knowledge
Dwarvish.
Goddess can't speak Dwarvish?
That is a bit weird. You are the cleric of knowledge, right? I thought you knew all the stuff.
I'm gonna be real here. Like, if this were D&D, I'd be like, biggity bam, I know who speaks what. But this is Dungeon World, so I don't know nothing.
Well, I speak about 3 phrases of German. Why German?
It's oddly appropriate. That's why it's just stuck in your head.
I have like 3 phrases, and I don't think the other 2 are going to be very useful.
You could ask your goddess to make you know Dwarven.
Ooh, does that work?
I mean, when you petition your deity according to the precept of your religion, you are granted some useful knowledge or boon related to your deity's domain.
It's true. It's true.
Yes. That sounds good.
It sounds amazing. So your precept to your religion is cultish and insular petition of gaining secrets. So how is it that you request that the all-seeing, all-knowing Agiria grant you the ability to speak Dwarvish?
I basically, like, I get down and it's like, all-knowing Agiria, please grant me the wisdom of this language, and I will, in addition to the books that I was to gain for our temple, I will gain secrets that were being held in this place. I know not yet of which secrets I will find, but I will not leave here until I do find one suitable to your majesty.
Cool. There's a moment, and then you are filled with the tingling sensation and the awe and the wonder of Agiria's presence. And she whispers into your ear, as those who are blessed by her. Yes, these will do well, but for now, my young priest, for now, Zymos, give to me a secret. Give to me a secret from Bailey and from Tasia, and then I will grant to you the tongue of the dwarves of Kazarak.
There's like a sigh, and then there's like, so this is going to, we can do this the easy way or the hard way, but there's a price to be paid.
Meanwhile, I'm like looking for where the ancient barkeep might have kept the good brandy, because that's probably still okay. I've like hauled up one of those gigantic kegs, and I'm like pawing in the crease between them.
I'm sharing a ration with Carl.
Oh man, Carl's all about that ration.
Leave some for me, Carl. Damn it! You ate the entire thing. Jesus.
Cool. You've climbed up. You've been able to obtain there's some very nice, very choice brandy that is kept. It's good. It's really, really good.
You never met a bartender smarter than me.
What do we need to do, Simons?
What's the hard way?
I was going to, be straightforward about this, but now I'm sort of looking at your tags, and it's like get drunk and rowdy with me, and participate in a wild and likely scheme, and like, I then go like, basically in my head it's like, well, the best way to get a secret out of someone.
We're playing Never Have I Ever.
And so I say, to gain the dwarven language, we must drink the dwarven ale, and I can sanctify it.
Can we drink the dwarven brandy because the ale was really bad?
We can also drink from the brandy.
Yay!
Okay, if you know how to make beer not skunk anymore, you're in the wrong profession, my friend.
This is something we all clerics of
all clerics
IGoA can do.
So if you sanctify it, does it make you drunk quicker or less quickly?
It's in a
break-even proposition.
So you guys have moved back up the stairs from the cellar into the bar itself. I imagine that that Taja is seated at a stool. She's kind of hunched over because it's dwarven sized.
Little table.
Right? You guys are at the little kids table, which is the dwarves table.
Little table. Big tankard.
It's true. It's true. They're not overcompensating. They just drink a lot. Yeah. Do you guys wish to corral? Like, I guess carousing doesn't necessarily work here because the way that carouse works is you're supposed to like befriend useful NPCs and hear rumors of an opportunity. So you're just getting drunk if you so wish. That's amazing.
Well, Zymos wants to gain useful information.
Yes, exactly. And basically, this is going to go into a, we're going to be here for a while, and then it's going to go into okay, truth or dare?
Oh yeah, I'm all about that.
Awesome.
Never have I ever.
I think. Oh, this is funny. I think it's less of a question of do you get the secrets out of them, because over time you would do that. Is more of a question of do you get these secrets out of them before someone else is aware that there's a star bear sitting right outside of a tavern, and there are people getting drunk inside. So I would like for you to defy danger with using charm and social grace, but trying to prize secrets from them. And of course, we need to know what Taja and Bailey's secrets are that they give forth during either Never Have I Ever or Truth or Dare. Actually, I love Truth or Dare, just the idea of different dares happening in the middle of a lost dwarven citadel amuses me.
And we keep saying dare, and then Zimos is like, oh, damn it!
Stop saying dare! I had to make this dare really terrible, so they'll go truth.
No, because then he'll go if it's a dare, I'll go I want you to finish this tankard of unsanctified ale in one go.
Probably still do that if I had a little brandy first.
And if other people want to help, like they're giving in to giving out secrets, you are welcome to.
I am totally helping because that's fun. I like telling secrets about Tasha. It's like one of my hobbies.
So I have to get this roll down, and it's a charisma roll, I guess.
It is. And don't forget, on a fail, you guys get XP. I think we've had at least one.
So for us, an aid roll is just a straight roll because we have no bonds?
That is a great question. Although you have a +1, that is a great question. But yeah, go ahead and take a +1 on aid.
Boom. 10 though. Ha.
Oh, not aiding.
Well, you rolled 1d6, so it's kind of hard for you to get.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you said you have one, and I listened really well.
Exactly, I understand.
Aiding.
There you go. Cool. Helping.
Okay.
Awesome. So you get a 10, which means that you do it, no problem. That is amazing. The threat doesn't come to bear, which is great. To
Come
bear?
to
Get it?
bear.
Not the crawl.
Yeah, Carl just hangs out. He just sits on the stage, I think, because it's cleared out and there are no tables. What is the secret? I imagine that Bailey gives forth the first secret. I don't know if it's Bailey's secret or Tasha's secret.
Probably should have thought about that beforehand.
It's such a long list.
Basically, who gets drunk sooner and who spills beans sooner.
Pretty low alcohol tolerance. I don't know what our truth is.
Does Tasha have a secret she wishes to give forth? Looks like she's drinking brandy. Look at that. That's
Wow.
nice little LARPing there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just tea. It's not even caffeinated.
Come on, you're ruining my immersion.
Okay.
Big as mug.
So, this one time when I was doing an overnight weekend sort of shift at the militia training, a lord from out of town came in and she had this griffin mount, right? And a couple of my barracks mates dared me to ride it. So I did.
That was it?
Did the griffin survive this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But let's see, not before we landed in a courtyard. I was drunk. We caused
That's
a
the
whole
best
bunch
story.
of commotion there. And then we kept going until we were kind of out of town. And the griffin, like, killed somebody's goat and left me in a tree and has been freed from its master, I think, ever since. There's still a warrant out for whoever did that.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's a good secret. Did Bailey know that one?
No, maybe not.
Well, now you do.
Yeah, now I do. So what's your secret, Samus? Or wait,
You got to give to get, huh?
Panic.
so yeah, like, do you have any like, how does your order, like, do you have like rules that you think that you can't do? Can you not be, do you have to be celibate? Do you have like a girlfriend?
No, I do not.
Are you allowed to have one? Someone, who's also like strong and respectable and a active
no,
go-getter?
This is not something that's accepted within our order.
Okay,
We have to focus on our Jesus words. We have to devote ourselves to Nigeria.
Oh, all the time?
Yes.
Doesn't that get a little lonely?
And then there's like a no.
I am using my charming and open move. When I speak frankly with someone, I may ask the player a question from the list below. It doesn't say what I have to roll for it. Does that mean I don't have to roll for it?
No, you just when you speak frankly with someone, you just do it.
Okay. How can I get you to consider my sister as a romantic mate?
Hmm. So wait, this is just this is not a question that I have. Is this like
It's not an in-character question.
No.
It's like all the Apocalypse World
Yeah.
things. Yes. I'm basically trying to go like, wouldn't you like someone who's also strong and you can depend on, and you can go on like strong, capable adventures together,
Strong, independent dates?
doing like boring adult stuff together.
Whatever people do when they're not learning how to play ukulele and smoking weed.
Yeah.
I don't know what those things are.
Accounting.
I think basically, like he's very dedicated and very strict, etc., etc. But it's also a bit repressed. So probably he just needs someone to just be really forward with him, and then he'd probably just cave.
Or have like an amazing set of abs.
Well, yes, that
Okay.
that helps. I mean, again, that picture, that if he had that picture to hang over his bed, I mean,
If that was the tech that was in this world, it would happen.
What is the secret that Bailey gives?
Oh, I'm not allowed back into our village anymore because the last time I tried to do a performance, I sort of threw up on stage, and they asked me never to come back.
The whole
I guess
village?
that's not much of a secret because my entire village knows it. No, just the inn. It's just not the inn. So, I guess that's a secret from anyone outside of our village because most people in our village know they were there. I have some cool nicknames from that night.
I'm guessing that this wasn't just a thing where you turned to the side and threw up, but there was a bit more to this story that the bard.
It's like the spin tape. Yeah.
What, did you throw up on the innkeeper or their things?
Well,
Did you try to not throw up on a person and ended up throwing up inside a piano or something? Like,
what, you were there?
you said everybody was there.
Oh, I didn't think you were there. I meant all the cool people.
Hey.
Yes.
I'm unbelievably cool.
In a way.
As that last secret is shared with you, it evidently qualifies for the lovely, knowledgeable Egeria, and you feel the knowledge of like thinking in two languages, because I know you know how to do that. So yeah, you have that.
I mean, and because of all the drinking we've been doing, I'm already got the little bit of the drunken dwarven slur down a bit already.
Your accent's going to be phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. I already totally forgot who we were trying to talk to.
Fair.
Oh, Carl!
Oh, actually, I think that is exactly what happens. It's like at some point I suddenly make a joke in Dwarvish, and it's like, and then like, what we were trying to do again? Oh, Carl, yes!
You should ask Carl where the archive is for your accounting.
Yes. Carl!
He's on the stage. He hasn't left, but yeah, he bounds forward, scoots a couple of chairs and tables out of the way because he's big and he doesn't really care.
I sort of pat it on the head and like it's a big dog, and then like ask him in Dwarves, like, do you know where the archive is?
Yes.
Yes! Carl knows.
Yay!
All right. Go
Maybe you
Carl.
should ask him to take us there. Ask him to take you there.
Yes. Wait, why are you smiling like that?
Because you might want to get a bear ride. Bear rides are fun.
Wait, Carl, can you guide us there?
Oh, you're no fun.
I said guide. I like turn around to actually explain like what I said in Norvish.
Yes.
He said yes. That word is yes.
Okay, I got that. Yeah.
In ancient Dwarvish, yes is I. And then Carl turns and starts lumbering towards the door.
Yep, let's go. Yeah, I can make it.
Did I manage to get an XP from getting drunk and rowdy?
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
you certainly did. Yeah. You guys agree, right? That's definitely
Yes, totally.
it. That was great.
Flags.
Oh,
One.
flags. That's how that works. Yeah.
Flags. Okay. You head back out onto the street, the main commons, heading out to the right, and you follow Carl, and Carl leads ahead, and then that other star bear is not there anymore. It walks away. They like roared at each other, and you, Zymos, heard Carl say, "I've got this," and the other star bear says, "Okay," and then it lumbers away.
I'm probably still sort of like walking slightly behind it. They're like, hey, Carl, what's your name?
It turns and it looks at you with his like huge eyes and says, "Carl."
Wow, how did you know?
I'm very intuitive.
And then it turns and continues lumbering forward.
I will draw Tasha back a bit. So while Zymos is following Carl, I'll be like, hey, Tashi. So when was the last time that you like actually dated someone? It's like ages ago, right?
It was a couple of months.
Only a couple of months, really? Because it seemed like years to me.
I don't necessarily bring everyone that I date around home.
Okay. Well, you know, but like, Simos is cute. He has a certain staunch air around him. He seems very capable.
He has no hair.
Is that a problem?
Kinda.
Oh. Okay. I'll need to think of something for that. How about if he wears a fuzzy hat?
Well, you're keeping that hat on because Mom will yell at me if you get a cold.
Or I'm just
I know
saying,
where
like,
this is going. You're trying to talk yourself out of that hat. It stays on.
well, yeah, that and Mom would really like to meet. You know, she would like you to have like a boyfriend, and like, you know, because she wants, you know, she'll keep reminding you that she wants to be a grandmother someday.
Yeah, but she never reminds you. Why is that?
I don't know.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
And I like push her in front of me again.
So, when I will do my charming and open move, when I speak frankly with someone, I can ask their player a question from the list below.
Oh, this is great. This is so good.
How can I get you to consider Zymos as a romantic partner?
I'm just looking at his character image, being like, you know, I need to see his softer side. His not lifting a warhammer. and
Okay.
screaming side. Although really,
It's already what's happening.
Softer side apps. Gotcha.
As the two of them, as the two girls have hung back to chat between the two sisters are chatting
And
between
giggle loudly.
themselves.
Well, one of them.
And one of them is giggling. Zymos, Carl, the star bear, turns to say or ask, "Are you in league with the Darrow?"
Who?
So Zymos would know the Darrow, Derro, are not dwarves, but were once dwarves, kind of, but have become twisted and evil. And his tone is kind of hard to read because Star Bear. But yeah, if
No,
Darrow are here, that is not a good thing for a dwarven citadel.
I am not in league with Zero. I do not care for them.
They are holding the tower. It will be a problem for you.
Are you saying we have to fight our way through them? Surely there must be a secret passage.
And the bear starts to answer, and we go to commercial. So we'll take a bio break. Take about 5 minutes for everybody to do a quick bio break, and then we'll jump back in. Okay.
All right. I will also get tea.
Oh. I got to have fish sticks.
Nice.
I have blueberries. And yogurt.
I
Have a
have a
smoothie and a
beer.
roll.
Ooh.
Wait, what is Jen having?
A smoothie.
And a roll.
Smoothie?
Oh.
Nice. I think I would take a fish stick over beer, but not over a smoothie and roll, nor over yogurt. And unless it's that like unflavored yogurt.
Yep.
I do not understand how you guys eat that stuff.
Proteins, brah.
I don't understand how that's a response. That doesn't answer it. That's like the Japanese treat of mochi. Like, how is that a treat? It's really not treaty to me. I have to have lots of sugar. Far too much sugar. All the sugar. American. Okay. Carl, the star bear, who's evidently some kind of guardian or denizen of this city from the time when Kazarak was still populated by dwarves, has been leading you on a path that heads directly towards the tower where the kings of Kazarak and their records and libraries are kept, as well as their treasure room. After Carl asked if the now dwarven-speaking Zymos was a Darrow, he replied no. It was revealed that the Star Bear is aware of a group of Darrow who have kind of taken over the tower and are trying to get inside. And that is when Zymos very cleverly asked if there was some kind of secret passage. Of course, this being a dwarven citadel, one would expect secret passages, right?
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnels. Carl says, I know of one, but it is too small for me. I have not been inside. We go back to the sisters as they are talking, and there is Bailey. You notice a pallid, cloudy-eyed dwarf with a ring of rag-wrapped keys to keep him quiet, and a beard so long that he's coiled it around his waist. And he has been scurrying silently from shadow to shadow, following you.
Meanwhile, I continue to make all kinds of excuses about my dating life.
What are your excuses?
Yes, I need to hear these excuses.
I really, it's just too soon to settle down, and I know I worry about mom's standards.
And
Really, I'd like to have a trade worked out first. I mean, yes, I'm good at fighting, but it really requires, violence.
Ah, creepy dwarf!
Ah, what?
Creepy dwarf! Right there!
When you turn around to look where she's pointing, Tazi, you don't see anything.
What?
All.
Where?
I swear!
An arm
I swear it was just there. He had like little creepy little ghosty eyes, and like he had so much hair that he was like dressing himself in it. You'd like him, probably.
That's not actually a qualification.
I guess he had like massive neck beard.
No.
And he had like he was carrying keys. Like a whole bunch of them. I'm not making this up.
Honey,
This
I'm
is not like I
pleased
was.
that you saw that.
This is not like when I had an imaginary friend. This guy was real.
Are you sure it wasn't the dwarven ale and Brandy that were causing you to see that.
Yes? He was right there!
Are you sure?
Yes. Reasonably.
Fine, we'll go look. We'll go look.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Well, Carl stops and sits like a dog, oddly enough. Tasia, you're leading the way towards the. So we'll say that the point that she has brought to your attention is near a series of there's a scummy canal that's segmented by some rusty gates and dotted with some scows that are still loaded with cargo. And the shadows that she's pointing towards there are near the canal, like a small bridge you guys just passed over.
Is there a torch nearby that I can, like...
Yeah, you can grab a torch off of a sconce from one of the buildings there and head that way.
Look around.
Cool. You boldly move forward, and as you get within, say, a meter of the bridge, the canal, you see a pair of pallid eyes, cloudy eyes, and a great deal of hair all framing around it. So if you're into hair, this, like Bailey said, this could be a thing. And it places a hand, like a gnarled hand, up on the little road right out of the canal and stares up at you. It is a dwarf. You can just kind of tell from the big bushy beard that's very unkempt. What do you do?
Oh there, good dwarf. Are you well in this place?
It hisses something in a very guttural language that echoes, and you can understand it, Zymos, as it says, "Go away. Leave."
Hmm.
Then it hisses
John,
at
you're
you.
muted.
It's like you can tell from the tone that it is not pleased.
Yes. So let me start over. I said he doesn't seem to like you. Hold on. Let me try. And then walk over a bit and go in Dwarvish, like, hello. Me and you know discomforts or harm.
It clambers up onto the road from that kind of space where the canal, the bridge, and he was hiding underneath. He clambers up and he stands maybe 2 heads shorter than Bailey, and he isn't wearing any armor, and other than that rag covered keys, it does not appear that he has any weapon. His feet are covered in rags, like wrapped rags, as if they're shoes, and he's got like a little bit of the kind of extra skin that kind of folds over the loincloth that he's wearing, and he hisses at you. Go away. You have no place here. You carry my tongue, but you carry not the skin. No dwarves should live here, no others should enter. What do you do?
I sort of turn over to the 2 ladies and go like, yeah, okay, no, he doesn't seem to like anyone except for dwarves. So unless we get like that armor.
I'm pretty sure he'll like you even less if you wear dwarf armor.
He starts running
it makes
starts running at you, Zymos, with his little key.
Like, ah! I jump back like.
Like roll back. That's awesome.
Yes.
Don't spill your beer. Don't spill your beer. Okay.
Not again.
Yeah, he starts scampering towards you. Of course, Tasia, you were in front, right? So you're right there. It looks like he's going to try to key him or something. Not sure what's going on there. Or
That's
maybe
not cricket. Well, he does have all of that hair. I'm going to grab him by it and sort of pull it up.
Awesome. So you reach out to grab him, and your hand passes through his hair. And he continues forward towards you. So my good friend, my good friend Zymos, I need you to defy danger with dexterity, or this guy is going to hit you with his keys.
Hit him with the keys. Alright. Where's the disappears? It's hold on. There we go. And there it is. Slash. Almost 2 L's, not 3.
Sorry.
Nope. I got a nice XP.
So yeah, the good news is you get an XP. The bad news is you need to roll a D10 for damage.
But it's just he just hitting me with keys. Come on, D10.
I know,
Really?
it's crazy. He is hitting you with keys. As the key opens up your flesh.
5.
See? Yeah.
-1 for the chainmail.
-1 for your chainmail. And yeah, he opens up a rent in your chainmail with that key, and you feel blood start to leak down on your thigh. And he hisses again.
I just go, ow! Mother! And then, just sort of swallow back a curse.
Cool. Bailey, the guy you're trying to fix up with your big sister just got hacked on by some wretched dwarf see-through insubstantial weird thing. What do you do? Oh, you're muted.
Well, she's not going to be very impressed with that, so that sucks. First I was like, whoa, dwarf, and then I was like, dwarf ghost, and then I was like, keys are real? I'll try to grab the keys.
Awesome. That is amazing, and I think you're defying danger with dexterity.
Oh, yeah. I get a 5.
Okay, so the good news is you get an XP.
Yay!
Yeah, and you grab onto the keys, but he yanks back, and it slices open your palm. Please roll 1d10.
What's a what?
Okay, it doesn't hurt so bad.
No.
You're so lucky. Actually, I guess you're wearing gloves, aren't you?
Yeah.
Or is it always a minimum of 1 damage?
We'll let it slide. It slices open your leather gloves, but there is still the lovely skin underneath. From the picture board, it would be relatively pale. Relatively pale skin underneath.
Yes.
And it drops down to all fours, and he kind of scampers like an ape and heads towards the bridge that leads over the canal again.
I try to kick over some crate of cargo into his path.
Ooh, interesting. Nice. Yeah, you kick over some cargo into his path, and he actually moves. So we'll say the cargo is something that was left behind. He tries to scamper out of the way as if it is substantial to him.
Mm-hmm.
And that throws him a little bit off balance, and he scampers back up to his arms and feet and starts climbing for the canal again. What do you do?
Well, I mean, I'm going to try to punch him, but I'm also going to be like, magic friends, anybody? ghosts incompatible with the punching, I think. I try to swing at him.
Nice. Nice. I would imagine that Bailey could maybe help you out
Yes.
here. Yeah. Awesome.
Grab the keys.
Or that. She can give you advice.
That's helping.
It is helping.
You know, my fists are precise.
Cool. Your fists are precise. So let's see you do it. Let's see if you can punch a ghost.
All right, let's see if I can punch
It's your
it.
signature weapon, so it's entirely likely you can pull this off. Let's see, though.
7.
Nice. On a 7, you get to trade damage with it.
Okay.
The enemy will make an attack against you, so go ahead and roll your damage.
9.
Wow.
Boom.
Yeah. So it gets to hurt you back as it slices you with the keys. But then those keys, I'm gonna say it jabs it into your side. Let's go ahead and have you roll a D10 for damage to see if it stays.
3.
Yeah, he jabs the key into your side as if you were a lock, and then you punch him and he dissipates. But the keys remain in your side.
Yeah. Okay.
Good job. You caught the keys in your eye. Oh my God, Tasha's hurt. She needs healing.
Actually, I'm probably fine. My
She's
armor is
bleeding.
3.
There's blood everywhere.
There's
If only we had a cleric who could help.
There's
I'm
only
coming.
one-
I'm coming.
It's really a waste. It's stop.
That's what you
I-
always say.
Stop.
Are you sure? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Look at all this blood. She's gonna like pass out or something.
If I pass out, it's because I'm still drunk.
Yes.
See, that's even worse. You should tend to these wounds.
Well, what? No, there's another important fact. I am not sure if the knowledge of the Dwarven language will remain with me when the alcohol passes through my body.
You mean we should all drink more?
Or he has to not piss.
Like there's a moment of no, that's not what. I don't know, maybe, but I mean, if she says that she is fine, then we should not waste time.
Okay, fine. We have keys though. They're probably useful for something.
Yes, for secret passages, for instance. Carl. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he sat down and he was waiting patiently. He gets back up when you guys stagger back to him, and he starts leading the way again. So as you guys come closer towards the tower, to where if there were a sun, right, you could be within the shadow of the tower, but because there's this this constant magical light, you realize that it could be, for a normal person, maddening after a time, because it's as if time does not pass, because there are no shadows, there is no day to night. It is this ever-present twilight that lights all of Kazarak. But you do come within a stone's throw, very strong throw. Like, it would take Tazia to do it, but you're close. And that's when you see that there is another T intersection that Carl leads you around. But at the intersection point, there are a pair of like, not the star bears, but polar bears, one younger, one older, and they are both dead and rotting and appear to have been here for a while. Carl walks right past them, heading. What do you do?
Carl.
He turns. his long neck, and looks in regard to you.
What is up with these bears? How these bears are not from around here?
The Darrow use magics. They force all of the animals to kill themselves. Look at the heads.
I do.
And you see that it appears that these things have bashed their brains in. You can see blood splotches across the wall. And then they just dropped dead. It is a warning. They are savage and evil.
Well, this will not stand.
What are you guys talking about? Something creepy?
Oh, sorry. Yes, of course. Yeah. No, I forgot that you can't understand what I'm saying. Bears bash their own heads in. Darrow made them do it.
That's terrible.
Yes, exactly. And oh well, yes, that's also. And then I said this will not stand, but then in Dwarfish because I can speak that now.
Yes.
Cool. You guys travel closer, and you come to the point where you can see there's a bas-relief, because bas-relief is a big thing for dwarves. It shows a carving of a dwarven titan that stands dozens of meters tall along. It's as if it were carved into the tower. Not as if it is carved into the tower. You can see that it stands with outstretched arms over the city, and is taller than any of the tallest buildings that stand near the tower itself. You come to a point where there is another canal. It is dry. It looks as if there are a pair of metal but rusted rails that run at the base of this canal. And there is a metal gate at the very end of the canal that leads towards the tower underneath. It's as if this canal might run underneath the tower. And that gate is closed. And Carl says, "You can travel there."
Okay. Carl says that we can travel through there, but I think we're going to need those keys because that gate looks locked.
I'll give it a shot. I'll like brace a foot on either side of the railing and give the keys a try.
Nice. Cool. So you head down and you start working through the keys, trying to work it within the lock. So again, this is like a canal that kind of leads underneath the streets, right? So there's a little bit of a walkway up to the left and right. You're standing on a bit of rail, and there is something that moves down the side of the canal and starts kind of slithering towards you as you start working the lock. It has the base of it is smooth. It has these weird kind of spidery legs, and you can hear this weird like snuffling or sniffling sound as it is coming towards you. So I imagine you want to go ahead and keep working the lock, or you want to step back and take care of this thing?
I'm going to keep working the lock.
Okay. I want you to defy danger with dexterity to pull it off, to open up the lock before this thing gets close enough to bother you.
Okay.
I will help wait, no. Yes, I will help by playing a song.
Awesome. You should do that. What's the song like?
Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Ah!
Freak the cat out.
Scared the crap out of our cat.
I hope he didn't unplug any cables from the modem.
That's awesome. So I know you were looking for potentially arcane art, but I think maybe you're just aiding. So
Yeah.
go ahead and roll +1 for that.
That's good. While Young calms the cat down.
Poor cat.
He's fine.
Oh, I have a 5 anyway. Apparently my draw steam is not helping.
But hey, you get an XP.
Oh, right.
Like, you might level this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So you get an XP. We'll deal with that in a second. Oh, Jin, you did roll your thing already? Or is that from early? Okay, sorry. There's no timestamps on these, so sometimes they get lost. Sweet. So yeah, your sister tries to help you by playing dramatic music, and she draws the attention of this little creature, and it brings its little legs and starts like scurrying towards her as if it is far more interesting than anything that you're doing. You can continue to open the lock and just let it go, or you can try to stop it.
Yeah. Of course, I go help my sister.
Okay, cool. You leave the keys in, and what do you want to do? Like, pick this thing up? Do you want to punch it? What do you want to do? It's
I'm gonna grab it by some of its back legs.
Yeah.
And swing it around to the other side of the canal.
That is amazing. I love it. So I think you are defying danger with strength here, trying to grab this thing and toss it away far enough to where it won't bother you again.
Yeah. 10.
Nice. That is beautiful. You do not get an XP, but you do grab the creature by its legs. It lets out a little strangled shriek of surprise, and then toss it like over one of the buildings. And Carl's head just watches it go. Because sweet.
Well done.
Well done.
Stop playing dumb songs.
I'm helping.
I'm gonna open the door now.
I'll tell Mom.
Go ahead. See what she says.
You're not supporting my artistic endeavors.
Could you keep your family problems aside for a moment while we actually try to move forward? And
yeah, Tasha.
Oh, you guys are great. You open the door and you see that butted up against the door is a cart on wheels that's sitting on the rail. You can easily pull it, right? But the canal itself is very narrow, too narrow for a big star bear to crawl through. But if you have a light source, like the torches you've been carrying around, after pulling that little rolly cart out of the way, you guys can crawl through this canal one person at a time in the dark.
Could we not ride in the rolly cart?
You'd have to duck down in it and someone would have to push it, but yeah, you could totally ride on the rolly cart if you want to do that.
Let's do that.
You're very fast and efficient.
That sounds like a splendid idea. To ride in the rolly cart sounds amazing.
Now we just need to decide who gets to push it. So, and then it's like,
can't you not push it and then they pull in?
but yes, but can we lift Tasha? I think together we would be able to pull her in, maybe.
Yes.
But
Perfect scheme.
would you be able to push the cart, Tasha? I think that seems within your capabilities. You are quite muscular.
This is a terrible idea. Get in the cart. But you know, if we're going fast enough, nobody will see us coming.
We'll have the element of surprise.
All right, get in the cart.
And we might not see any things coming.
Well,
either.
that's good. Then we won't be scared of them.
Exactly. All right, having talked myself into it, I'll push the cart.
Okay. Cool. So the two of you get in. You can look up just a little bit, but it's not a very high ceiling. So you need to make sure that you don't look all the way up. You might bonk your head. And Taja, I imagine you could do the thing of putting your head down and pushing ahead. It rolls relatively well on the rails. This sturdy dwarven make and this iron that they have used has withstood a great deal of rust, but it is not quiet. And you are effectively announcing your presence in a tunnel that's carrying the sound. After a brief period of you pushing through, some bats start coming through, but we're not going to roll dice, right? Just have some bats come through. They're the thing. Nobody's getting. Luckily for Zymos, none of the bats get caught in his hair.
See, there's a reason why we shave our heads.
There you
and
go.
Bailey has a leather cap.
They shave their heads.
Yes.
They can grow their hair back.
But one of them is caught in the fuzzy cap that your sister made you wear.
Oh no!
Bailey.
Oh no! It fell off.
So you fling the cap.
No, I shake my head in the way that it's like, bats!
Okay. Do you keep the cap? Do you end up keeping the cap with the bat, or do you get rid of the two? I'm just curious.
No, I really hate that cap.
Okay. Yeah, the cap is lost.
You didn't
Lost
even
its
try.
There was a bat. It was scary. Okay.
Hats aren't free.
There is an incline, Taja, so you end up having to push up for a little bit, and then all of a sudden the incline goes away as the cart drops. What do you do?
Jump into the cart.
Not drops off, but like drops down. Like you went take up the roller coaster, and now it's supposed to go down.
Exactly. Yes.
And
is there enough clearance for me to jump in the cart at the top?
Oh heck yes! Why not? That sounds amazing.
All right, let's do it.
Sweet.
Is this a wild and unlikely scheme?
This seems very wild to me.
Very wild and unlikely.
Hey.
All right, so I feel like Bailey and Taja both mark a flag XP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
Sweet. Everybody has hit flags. I'm so proud of you with your unlikely schemes and you haven't complained enough though. Zymos,
I tried to get Zymos into a situation where he'd complain.
Too stoic. Sweet. So you jump into the cart and you can see just a little bit of ambient light and a pool of water that is probably not created to be a pool of water. It's just something that started to leak and over the centuries it's built up over time. Mm-hmm. And so you are headed towards it as if this is a log flume. And you guys come down. It's very exciting, but you realize that you're headed towards a giant pool of water. But you can see that there's like a stop off, right? And there's where the little bit of the ambient light is, something like a subway stop, kind of if you were to guess, if Weird put this in modern. As you're headed towards the water, what is your reaction? What do you do? Just going to ride the cart down? Anybody trying to jump out?
Whee!
Awesome. Sploosh! The cart hits the water, and the cart kind of keeps going, but it stops after a point as it hits a couple of concrete stoppers, and you guys can swim your way up, nice and waterlogged. And yeah, it smells bad here. There's a great deal of rust in the air.
Well, obviously, all this water. I mean, my chainmail. I could have drowned.
But it was so fun, though.
No, this was a bad idea.
Did you see the sploosh we made?
Yes, I was in it.
Very big sploosh.
Don't worry, Zymos. We wouldn't have let you drown.
No, that's
all right.
Not it.
You guys are now at the base, like the B1 or B2 of the tower. To skip ahead, dungeon delving, I think it would be interesting if we just have whoever wishes to be the leader defy danger with intelligence, or wisdom, try to find your way up towards the library of this place. There are no guardians inside because you have passed to the interior.
That sounds like a job for Zamos.
Yes. Alright, so let's see. Where's the... Yes. Okay. That's an 8.
Oh, no XP for you.
No.
Cool. So,
Ooh.
the stairs are a bitch because they're just a little too narrow for your feet. So it's not a thing where you can run up them. You take two. So you kind of end up. Most people like it's a little easier to just run, not run, but make your way up with your feet slightly to the side, kind of walking as if your feet are like that to fit on all of the steps because dwarves have tiny feet. And it is quite a few stairs. After walking up sets of stairs coming to the main ground level, you are able to orient yourself towards the library, the Hall of Records, and there are treasures that are still here, untouched for many centuries, perhaps a millennia. If you were to excavate this place, there is an immense amount of treasure, which of course every dwarf breathing would kill you for. But hey, it's nice to think about. As you head up towards the Hall of Records, the library itself, you hear the outer walls. There's just a large racket. It doesn't sound like machine work, but you can hear the sound of stone and stone being moved, and occasionally there are these slight tremors near the wall, and dust kind of drops down from the ceiling. But you can make your way to the library. The library itself, majority of the books, as you come in, it's stacks upon stacks upon stacks, but many of the bookshelves have fallen with age. Great many of the books that you see, you can open up the tome, and there's nothing but mold and dust. It appears that the significant amount of this library is in tatters and ruins.
No. Oh, hold on. I need to. Jules is having some connection issues,
cool.
which are probably cats related.
Stupid cats. Just don't let the cats stand on the router again.
Well, that's exactly what he's doing. So.
Router cat.
There you go. You should be fine now, I think. And let me move the cats. Ow! No, no.
Cat bite you or something?
No, just trying to push him. I was trying to pull him away, and he just put a claw up against my hand.
Cool. So as you look into the library here, as in many of the other rooms, you see there are sets of armor, dwarven armor, that are set on stands, right? Displays, and as if they are forever vigilant. But seated on a set of steps that lead up to a small alcove at the back of the library is a stone statue of a dwarf who is dressed in the robes of a scholar. He has his beard kind of comes down and has the curl. It's like they curled up the bottom of the beard in a square, and there are a pair of spectacles that sit at the end of his nose, and he has a stone tablet that he's reading upon. Other than that, you could probably pick through enough of these books and grab some of them that are workable. It's going to take some time.
Well,
and of course, there's the alcove in the back. There might be something there as well. So what do you do?
I think the alcove in the back is probably going to be that's going to have the most interesting things. Probably. I mean, it's an alcove in the back.
Awesome. Well, hey, you're smart. You've done this delving kind of thing before, possibly. As you head towards the alcove in the back, you hear from a floor beneath you, the outer wall is breached. And you hear a great deal of stone. And hold on just a second, I just got a text.
What?
I just got a text. Hold on just a second. Sorry.
Oh, okay, cool.
Need to respond. Thank goodness for Pushbullet. It is my favorite app for the Chrome browser because I can get texts on my browser and I don't have to play with my phone. And I can type faster than I can do this. The end. That is my commercial for Pushbullet today. The outer wall is breached and you hear stones falling. It is about a floor away from you as you head towards the alcove. And you can hear voices echoing from that floor beneath you. The Darrow have found a way into the tower.
Can we hide in the alcove? Will it be visible?
As you guys head to the alcove, you can see that there are small... You could probably hide in there for a time, but just like you, once they come into the library, see that all the books are ruined, they're probably going to make a beeline for the alcove as well. But it could give you the opportunity to gain surprise, perhaps. It does also mean, though, that you have nowhere to run.
What should we do?
Hold on. No, that doesn't. No, that doesn't do anything. Never mind. Sorry. I thought I had a plan, but I perhaps do not.
Oh. I hate it when that happens.
Stupid plans that evaporate upon thinking.
What should we do, Tasha?
Well, all right. Jim, reframe the scene for me because I was also dealing with text.
Absolutely, no problem. You guys had gone up a set of stairs from the basement area. You found the library. Library is in tatters. Most of the bookshelves have kind of rotted and all the books fell down. The books are molded. There's an alcove at the end of this long rectangular hall that's lit by the twilight of the outside. And as you were headed towards the alcove, you saw that there was some stone, like a scholar dwarf statue there and the alcove itself. As you were headed down that long passage between the moldy bookcases, you heard that the Darrow have breached the outer wall and are entering the tower. You can hear them talking back and forth in their whispery, vile language. They are about a floor beneath you. Bailey has suggested the possibility of hiding in the alcove, but you realize tactically that while that might give you the ability to jump out and surprise them, you have no egress. You have no place to pull back to or retreat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that the best thing we could do is try to set a trap for them. When they reach this area, we spring it. And while they are thrown up in confusion over the trap, we have to break through their ranks and escape behind them.
That all sounds very convoluted. How are we going to what are we going to use to make a trap? How are we going to do this in time? They're already reaching the wall.
We are surrounded by enormous bookshelves. I'm going to drop a bookshelf on them and run while they're trying to push it off of them.
Are we running into the tower or away from the tower?
Into.
Oh, okay.
We have to run into it to get out of it.
Oh. Okay.
So we're clear. You're already in the tower itself.
Yeah.
Right? Like you guys came up inside the tower, found the library. So I want to make sure we're all on the same page. I don't know if I've done the best job describing what's going on with hand wavy.
We're in the library, yes.
Cool. So you're in the library. You want to wait and drop some bookshelves on some Darrow. That sounds amazing. You've had some discussion. voices carry, as Till Tuesday would tell you, and so they're probably headed their way towards you. So why don't you guys give me, whoever wants to drop the bookcase, give me a defy danger.
Good,
But
Tasha.
yeah, I think that you are acting fast here. So we'll let you roll with dexterity to try to pull off this scheme in time when they come in.
Sure.
Oh, 2d6 plus 1 is what you'll roll.
9. Maybe you could actually help
Can we
me
help?
this time.
Yes.
You can help. Yes, absolutely. It would make sense.
You help, Seamless. I have chicken strength.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
it's newly
about
on.
that. I'll still go, but I mean, it's like, yes. My strength is lower.
But it's
That's
toast
okay.
romantic.
You're actually rolling +1 because you're trying to help. So we'll allow you to aid here using your bonds, which we actually didn't do bonds because we were doing flags, but we'll call it a +1. Wow, you're the helpiest of all helpers.
That's
That gives you a +1, which means that it's a 10 for Tasha.
Boom.
So there are a trio of Darrow. So Darrow are almost albino white with stark white hair, dwarf-like creatures. They look more akin to gnomes than dwarves. They're not quite as stout. They are narrower in their shape and form. They wear a mixture of leather and metal, primarily leather, and you drop a bookcase on the trio of Darrow. It comes creaking forward, and as it does, like the wood all splinters on them. That has got to be painful. And yeah, so are you guys, when you knock them down and they are covered in this bookcase, you can beat feet and try to get out of here if you wish. But then you're leaving whatever is in that alcove behind, which I think was kind of your quest, potentially.
Yes. We can't
Go
leave
there.
it behind.
Yes, we rush there.
Okay, cool. So you have turned over the bookcase and trapped the Darrow, and you wish to dash into the alcove to find what you can. You see that there are, amid several tomes that are also molded, you can dig through and find there's a large kind of stone chest that takes a little bit of strength to open. Inside there are scrolls, golden and ivory bone scrolls in cases, and there is also a series of books that are pristine and well kept and have not aged in the slightest. You realize that this is most likely what you're after, and among them is also a book that you read as the Book of Bears. The Book of Bears being an instruction manual on how to manufacture and create and ensorcel star bears.
I'll carry it.
Oh, it's just a bunch of books.
This is a treasure trove. This is amazing.
Cool. So based on time, I'd like to say that we move towards some epilogues here.
Yes.
We can always revisit some Dungeon World with this fantastic trio of adventurers in the future. So yeah, you find what you were after. It is merely the idea of there are probably more Darrow than just the 3. So keep that in mind with your threat as you narrate how it is that you guys get out of the tower and leave Kazarak behind. You may, if you wish, let me know if there's a thing that you try to bring along with you, and then we can note that with your character for future adventures. So who has the first epilogue as we kind of go through the credits, or it could be a post-credit sequence. You can even include Stanley in there if you want. It's totally optional. Not saying it's required because this isn't a Marvel movie, but post-credit sequences not required. But post-credit sequences seem to have a preponderance amount of Stanley. So,
yeah. I imagine like that Zymus after getting like the important books out of the alcove, because he made a promise to gain more secrets, he's probably still going to want to stubbornly stay behind in the library where the three Darrow are crawling out from under the bookcase, and that's going to end up in more fighting because he wants to, get more stuff for his goddess. And then they finally make it out, and then it's like beaten and bruised.
Nice. You get Darrow blood on your hammer.
Yes.
You actually took damage. I love it. Awesome. Let's see. Who goes next? Tasha or Bailey?
Go, Tasha.
Well, let's see. Epilogue stuff. Running around out of the city. We've beaten our way through many Darrow, wasting our tactical advantage. Dang it. Let's see. I've still got that set of keys, though. I think that my thing afterwards is like we're finally past those big double doors again, and like the light dims. And I'm like, oh, it's nighttime. How long are we in there? Oh, I still have these. And I put them back in my pocket and keep going.
I like that. I like it. Cool. So Bailey, where do we see your post-credit sequence?
Bailey will go back for that gold armor to get a bit of bling, but she can't carry it all. So unless it like kills her instantly, she'll just take like the what do you call those things?
The bracers?
The things that go in. Yes, for some extra bling, and then like she will leave all of her rations for Carl with a little note saying, "For Carl, love."
But it's written in common and he can't read comments, but that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, I can write down one of my phrases.
Okay,
thanks
so
for the beer.
Write down. Go ahead.
Thanks for the beer.
Thanks for the beer. Which was rotten. Go ahead and mark in your in the rows 43 through 49 under Bailey that you have bracers from Arcus Auto Armor.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, those, when you put them on, the figures on the bracers, I don't know why I'm saying braziers. The figures animate and they move across the armor and reshape to your form in just a few moments.
Ooh.
If damaged, the figures work to repair the armor while you rest. If you're injured, the figures also repair your wounds. So anything that happens below your elbows.
Wow.
However, if it heals you, something else happens as well. But that's okay because it hasn't healed you.
Hasn't happened yet. Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
That's a tomorrow Bailey problem.
It might make me grow a beard, but tomorrow Bailey problem.
Bearded Bailey the Bard. So yeah, as you guys are leaving, walking out of Kazarak, we have the keys that Taja sees. We see Bailey with her new braziers, and then perched up on one part of the mountain in the frozen tundra is a griffin that is watching the three of you as you walk away.
The end.
And we will end there.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, 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 dun. All right. So that was our one shot of Dungeon World.
I'm gonna be ready.
Playing Kazarak. A very, very brief version of all the cool things that are in Kazarak.
Very cool.
Very silly version of it. Let's finish up the normal end of session stuff so we can have our XP correct. Okay. At the end of a session, here we go. You reach into a session, choose one of your bonds. Okay, so for keys, did everybody meet a key? If I remember correctly, everybody hit a key, so you're good on that. Now we have 3 questions to answer as a group. For each yes, everyone marks 1 experience point. Did you learn something new and important about the world?
Yes, we learned lots of things. They're evil dwarfs, and they made star bearers who are nice, and they like rations, and they speak dwarfish.
Those are all things that have been learned. Did you overcome a notable monster or enemy?
Overcame some.
Oh, you're muted. Jan.
There we go. I'm not sure how notable they were.
Oh.
Well, they'll be notable when I tell everyone about them.
There you go. It's a good part of a bard. Everything you face is notable. I'll say a yes. And did you loot a memorable treasure?
I did.
It was all about that. So yes, absolutely. So 3 XP for everyone.
I ding. Ding.
You dinged?
The money. Yes.
Wow.
Tasha did not ding a whole lot. So let's do your alignments real quick. Bailey, did you spur others to significant and unplanned decisive action?
I like to think so.
All right, Tasha. I don't know. Did we lose Jen? Tasha. Okay, we'll jump over to Zymos. Did you endanger yourself following the precepts of your church or God? Yeah.
Yes.
And I think Tasha defended those weaker than her because Bailey.
Yes.
Awesome. So she did that. Did she fail rolls? She never.
Probably, but I may not have kept track of them.
What?
Yeah, looks like she didn't keep track of that. Well, we've got it on tape. Check the tape.
Yeah.
Actually, we could just look here. Did Jennifer roll below a 7? I don't remember her failing anything, to be honest. I don't think she did.
Nope.
No, maybe she's just super lucky.
Lots of 8s and 9s.
She's too lucky to get XP.
Yep. Her life was boring because she was always successful. Awesome. So that will end our session and our wrap up for the end of session. I'd love a little bit of feedback. This was the 2nd time that I've run Dungeon World for a full adult group. It's kind of sort of the game I run at home from time to time for a wacky kid, but that's a totally different experience because, you know, rules, rules, you know, we'll do rules if it's. So if you guys have a minute, I'd love to do Roses and Thorns.
Yep.
Sure.
Let's kick off with Thorns. So me, for Thorns, I enjoyed the story we told. I don't feel like I seeded in the Darrow threat early enough. And I felt like things got, like, time management was a bit of an issue because we had to kind of hand wave an epilogue near the end so fast.
True, but we did spend a lot of time drinking. So. Which is a rose, but the rose on spending a lot of time drinking and doing truth or dare.
No. Cool. Any Thorns from you, Jules?
We could have seen more of the system, maybe? I don't know. There were like a lot of moves. I was quickly looking at the basic moves. We didn't use many of them. So that's the thing we could have done.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we used defend, parlay. I kept like asking if you guys wanted to discern realities early on, but nobody seemed to want to, so I just let it go.
I had a spell to talk with the ghosts. I mean, it was fine.
That was pretty cool.
Yep. So yeah, we didn't spout lore. I probably could have hit that quite a bit more. Volley is a thing for ranged weapons, and everybody was like all fists and hammers.
Nobody even owns something that they could throw.
I know, crazy.
No.
Anyway, I hear you, and we could definitely give it another shot and try to focus on exploring other parts of the system. Jan, what about you? Any thorns?
Whew. Can't think of anything specific. No, I'm sort of drawing a blank.
Okay, cool. If you think of something later, let me know. Jen, what about you? Any thorns that you had?
Nothing in particular. I always felt like I had a relatively good sense of where characters were and what they were doing. I didn't get to bend bars or lift gates.
Aww.
If you hadn't had those keys, you would have had to have lifted a gate.
Yeah, yep. I would have had
Stupid
to root
keys. I blame the keys.
Yeah, I do. They got stuck in my side.
You made some lemonade out of them.
Yep.
We'll circle back around for roses. Jules, any roses that you wanted to offer?
Roses to the players for running with all my weirdness. Because I was being a silly Jules, which was fine. And good job, Rich, of guiding us to the end of the adventure.
Oh, thank goodness you talked to the bear. That was really helpful for me.
That was very helpful. I really liked it. I have cool notes. It's my first. For me, it was my first dungeon world, so I thought it was fairly intuitive and nice.
Yeah, BBTA does the dungeon stuff pretty well.
Yeah.
Jan, what about you? What roses did you have?
I thought that the encounters were nicely diverse. We could have found lots of interesting stuff. It wasn't just a dungeon of there's an enemy, you have to bash it. There's another enemy, you have to bash it again. So that was cool.
Cool. Jen, what about you? Did you have any roses?
I'm very happy that I actually had interesting fighting ideas when I was doing fighting. Because there's definitely a lot of repetitive, I hit it with my X kind of stuff that people can fall into. Which leads to a lot of boring stuff.
Yeah, I liked your pushing and throwing people around and headbutting. It was brilliant, brilliantly fun.
Good.
Tasha met my expectations of badassery, so congrats.
I think Rich, you did very well also with translating the stuff that we came up with for doing, and then going like, oh hey, that's a defy danger in this way. And
yes, that was good.
Cool. Defy danger is a great catch-all. The only problem's a little big, but the only thing about defy danger is that it doesn't have the cool choices that I love in games like Apocalypse World. It's you do it, you kind of do it, but it's all really up to the GM to adjudicate how that goes. So my preference is things like hack and slash and defend and things like that, because then you get some cool choices, so you have a little bit more narrative power. But Defy Danger is that good stopgap in case you guys are doing wild and crazy stuff. So I appreciate that the move exists, but I try my best to even if I'll have to shave off the edges to get the square peg to fit in the round hole, I'll try to fit it into a move to where the results are collaboration rather than, okay, entertain me, GM Dancing Monkey. And
that's why we like you.
I have lots of roses. Jen, you did not disappoint. I'm so glad that you played well in the all J party here.
Party!
It was super great. So, Jules, I set you up saying, hey, this is a girl who plays Legend of the Elements and wants to play a peasant. And yeah, you did that thing again where you played why is this bard even here character. And it was great. Very Rat Queens. But rat queens are way more effective at violence than your rat queens. So maybe
Yes.
you're like a rat, like princess.
Yes.
You're like a rat princess.
I like it.
That's okay. I think you can graduate to queendom soon. I'm glad that you enjoyed Dungeon World, jumped in feet first. It was really fun. And you leveled.
Yay. It's the most important thing.
Exactly. Jan, the taciturn cleric was great. I appreciate your knowledge of Dungeon World, and you kind of jumped in and feet first and made things happen. Stayed dedicated to the task, which was very helpful when so you played along when I was like, yep, you have to get secrets because you're at a tavern, because that sounds great to me, and I appreciate where that scene developed. Jen, I love Taja. She is, you play great badasses. It's very fun. I love that you gave in to the, yeah, sure, I'm the big sister, and just played it to the hilt. No matter how awful a little sister she was. Terrible, terrible. Why did you bring her along? Really? Like,
She probably had some dirt on me or something.
Yeah.
She seems
Or
to be good
she
at
was
that.
like, adventuring can't be that dangerous. Okay.
Did you
What do
teach
you
her a
even
lesson
do?
though?
Your job is so easy. I'll show it. I can do it.
Cool. All right. Well, I am going to go ahead and stop the broadcast. Thank you all for playing.